cultural dance spectacles, and the recognition awards. Don't miss out on the business opportunities and cultural experiences waiting for you. Book your tickets now before they're gone on eventbrite.co.uk. Call or text +447 438 893 190 or 080 330 46768 or +447 459 071 747. Visit our website superiorradioandtelevision.com. Nigeria Week London 2025. Nigeria Week London 2025, celebrating the best of Nigeria, is partnered with Civil Society, scaling up nutrition in Nigeria.
Yes, it's another very wonderful Friday morning, and of course, it's Arise and Shine Nigeria. Yes, so our Muslim brothers and sisters all over the world, we want to say a happy Eid celebration, happy Salah celebration to all of you all over the world, especially those of you in Nigeria that are close to us. Yes, it's worthy of celebrating the Eid al-Fitr. And of course, it's a period of solitude, a period of sober reflection on a country that is going through so much, so much. Yes, today's topic is quite interesting. We're going to be looking at something that has really been bothering us. We're looking at the political cross-carpeting, political party cross-carpeting. We have seen a lot of political prostitution, high-level political prostitution in the last couple of years, especially in the last 1-2 decades. We've seen politicians, when not satisfied with their political ambitions and the political platform, cross carpet to the other political party to fulfill their selfish reasons, which is quite sarcastic to say the least. And it's happened in so many from PDP to APC, from APC to, it's always about the party in power. Do we practice politics with political ideology in this country? Do we practice politics with conviction? We can see someone like Nyesom Wike, both is in one person in two parties. He's a member of the PDP, a founding member of the PDP, a financial member of the PDP, and is equally a member of the APC. And he doesn't give a hoot about it. He comes out to hit his chest and say, yes, I belong to these two political parties. Interestingly, an entire state structure, the Delta state structure of the PDP, was moved to the APC, that they want to be close. The reasons are given. They want to be closer. They want to show appreciation to Mr. President because he is working. I cannot understand why, because I believe of my conviction that you can still work with the president whether you have a diversion or rather you belong to another political party or not. I ask one salient question. Where do we go from here? What is the essence of democracy without an opposition? What is the essence of democracy without enough criticism, constructive criticism, without a dissenting voice? Are we trying to practice anarchy? Are we going to a one-party state? And entire Northwest leadership of the of other political Northwest leaders, they have come out to say, yes, we affirm Tinubu for 2027. I just sit down and laugh and think and begin to wonder, where are we taking the future of our country to? That you come out to say we have, this is the second year of Tinubu's administration. We have 4 years, 2 years to go. We have pressing security and economic challenges. Not one of them is mentioned in it. You go to the National Assembly, you see them celebrating the movement of one person to the APC, as though, well, it's true. They said it. When you come to the APC, your sins are forgiven. So if you have financial issues, if you have been pursued by economic and financial institutions and security institutions, the moment you cross carpet to the APC, it is assumed your sins are forgiven. And that is why a lot of them are cross carpeting, to say the least. I'm not alone in the studio. You already have my beautiful Evelyn. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Yes, Abuja, Mary in Abuja will be joining us shortly. Now, looking at what is happening in this country, Evelyn, and so painful, what's your perspective about the high rate of political prostitution in this country?
Well, I feel it's a shame because you can put it in a form that, let me say, you are a lover of football,
Yeah.
and you so much love, let me say, Arsenal or Liverpool, and you always condemn Chelsea, though you have a favorite in Arsenal, and at the end of the day, you see your favorite moving to Chelsea. What shame will you feel coming back to say you now support Chelsea because your favorite is there? And I feel this crossing thing is for a reason which they are not making known to us. It might be strategy for the upcoming 2027 election, might be a strategy, it might be personal gain for them to be doing this. Because cross-carpeting in the Nigeria politics reflects deeper structural weakening in our party system and the democratic um, system, because I don't see why, though constitutionally it is allowed in some conditions, but the way at which it has become rampant is becoming alarming. If we use Atiku Abubakar for example, he has done this multiple times, from PDP to APC, from APC back to PDP. So,
Exactly.
like, it's becoming really alarming, and I don't really know the major reason why they are doing this. But if you ask me, I feel it's a strategy for the upcoming 2027 election. That's what I feel about this. There is something big coming that we should be expecting, a big blow we should be expecting in the upcoming election.
Yes, a big blow to be expected in the upcoming election. Surprises, coalitions, but I begin to ponder at the state of political ideology within the internal structure of our political parties. It's so unfortunate when you see politicians coming out to affirm. Maybe we need to have some clips of their decamping, coming to affirm a need to say that yes, they are moving because they want to be closer to the government at the center. They want to work with the government at the center. I really don't subscribe to that because we have lost essence of democracy in this country. We have lost the salt of democracy. Our democracy have been thrown to the dogs. Our democracy have been made to look like it's a caricature of what we learned from our founding fathers. Let's look at some images of our politicians projecting their selfish interests along different social media platforms and print and electronic media platforms before we come back to take a discuss.
Politicians, which often take precedence.
Yes, this is the Delta State
Essentially, cross-carpeting showcases
coalition
the dynamic character
moving
of
the structure of the PDP straight into the APC. And there were people in the APC, the same people you insulted and chased away from the PDP are in the APC. How do you think they're going to perceive your presence? Are they going to welcome this
to build the bond of love that have existed in our state, to further advance the cause of security and the welfare of our people, and to a very large extent,
let this be a movement that ignites passion and inspires action, reminding us that we are the architects of our nation's future. In this journey, we must foster dialogue and collaboration, embracing diverse perspectives that enrich our shared experiences. By subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing our videos, we can amplify the call for a transformation that benefits every citizen.
For us to be able to collaborate with our kings and king and build that state that every Delta will be proud of.
Nigeria's politics is quietly shifting from party loyalty to regional alignment, and Delta, like many southern states, is now caught in that storm. These defections, they're not about APC's performance or manifesto. They're about securing relevance as northern influence expands at the federal level. The South is starting to realize if you're not aligned with the North, you're locked out. No contracts, no political appointments, no protection. And many Delta politicians are decamping not because they believe in APC, but because they don't want to be left behind in this North-dominated game. Some are protecting old sins, others are securing new opportunities, but almost all of them are positioning for 2027, when the real regional battle begins. So forget party names. The real election isn't PDP versus APC anymore. It's North versus South. Power is shifting, and Delta is just the beginning. Watch closely. The regional game has started.
Well, it's really a show of shame. I feel so disappointed. That is we just watched the Delta State clip. This is look at it. You see, why do I get so angry? This is the National Assembly. This is Ned Nwoko, the senator representing Delta North, decamping from PDP to the APC, and APC senators jubilate. I mean, what kind of democracy are we practicing? You can see the joy in their hearts. You can see there's nothing to legislate about. They're not talking about the insecurity in the land. They're not talking about the hunger in the land. They're not talking about the high cost of living in the land. They're not. I mean, why have we lost the essence of governance and leadership in this country? We have lost it. Okay, look at Delta State, for example. A full state structure 2 weeks before that pronouncement. I had the privilege of interfacing with some of these politicians on some of my platforms, and that's APC is rubbish, APC is this, APC is that. The governor can never go to APC. And 2 weeks later, they are in APC. What a shame. Politicians are one of the most shameless group of people in the world. No, in Nigeria, not necessarily in the world, but Nigerian politicians are one of the most shameless group of political animals that we can see on the planet Earth. They don't care about you and I. They don't care about the electorate, or they don't care about their constituencies. All they care about is their aspiration for political power, their selfish interest. How is it going to be met? How is it going to be handled? Politicians do not subscribe to the internal democracy of political ideology, and that is why we have the challenges of PDP not being able to throw Wike out or to sanction Wike like they should have done if they had internal democracy, and so many other political parties. Look at what is happening in the Labour Party. Now, what has been happening? The APC have put moles in these other political parties to create confusion, to create a semblance of disorderliness, so that they will have the advantage to carry the structure forward. That is what we are facing, and it's quite an unfortunate situation because we are totally misleading the children of today who are the future leaders of tomorrow. The kind of impracticable political class that we're practicing in this country is so appalling. Now, we have turned what is politics? Politics is supposed to be a call to service. I have seen politicians in the UK, in Canada, in Australia, that they don't when they get elected into political offices, they don't buy jeeps for themselves. They don't collect wardrobe allowance. They don't collect furniture allowance. They don't collect consolidated salaries. They live within the ambit of the public service structure of those countries. Besides all that, when they are leaving office, they don't collect severance allowance. They go back, they have a life they were living before they came to serve the people. After service, they go back to that life. If I was a painter before, I go back to continue my painting. If I was a cab, that's why they don't have. I've never seen politicians there move with mopo. In Nigeria, a common councillor, we have 2 mobile policemen. We have 1 for his wife as well. We have 1 for the children. That is 4. We have about 300,000 security policemen in this country. Over 200,000 are being held back by people that do not. How can we have security? By the politicians, by the Yahoo boys, by money bags, and the police hierarchy sit down and fold their hands. Politicking is now being used to suppress the voiceless. Political parties have become structures for self-aggrandizement, for selfish enrichment, for political patronage. How can politicians open their mouth and tell you, well, if you are not satisfied with the result, go to court, we'll meet in court. We are the political party in power. The judiciary and the legislature have become pawns in the chessboard of political parties. Political parties are so structured that the functionability of government and leadership is centered on the political party in power. So if you must have sustainability in your political career, You must join the political party in power, not minding the political party you used to get into the platform, the political platform you used to get to the position you got into. That is what we are faced with. A divergent society, a pluralistic society where political ideology has been thrown to the dogs. Political prostitution is not the wave of the time. I must commend those that have stood the strength of time. That no, I'm not going to move with the bandwagon. 11 states remaining for PDP. Fubara is likely going to join the APC in the next couple of days. It was supposed to be yesterday. Then PDP will have only 10 states from about 17 or 19 states. Because politicians do not have shame. They don't have a semblance of dignity. They just move from one political party to the other to satisfy themselves. And now what is going to happen? We have PDP left in Osun, Bayelsa, Enugu, I think about 10 more states. But then, the politicians are failing to realize one thing, and that remains the fact that, yes, the APC, or those politicians that are prostituting from one party to the other, they can't be more than 10,000. Give and take, okay, let's give them 50,000. But then, Nigerians were over 300 million. If the votes of Nigerians are going to count in 2027, if the institutions are not going to be weakened by the political party in power, their political prostitution will become very irrelevant. I am so sad with what I am saying, that politicians have thrown themselves to the public domain to look like cheap rags, cheap commodities that can be bought from the shelves of the supermarket. There's no more dignity in political office. There's no more fidelity, no more capacity, no more content, no more compassion. Look at the insecurity in our land, and all they are concerned about is moving from one political party to another. Mary, you're welcome for joining us. I can see you are looking sad. Baraka de Salah, you are looking sad. Yeah, the situation is affecting all of us. We are not happy with the way we are turning into a one-party state. But what's your take on this?
It's a sad one though. Even Fubara, I know he was trying to say the decision he's trying to take is for the good of his people in Rivers State and all of that. But politicians, their ways are really, really unpredictable though. It's a game of interest, just like they always say.
Game of interest.
If you're not gaining, you're not doing. So the thing is so sad. It means we are all going to be dancing to the tune of one person. Because if you're in a particular political party, you want to do what they do, right? So, and if you are being found guilty of any crime, just like they said, if you're in a winning party or a ruling party, your sins are forgiven. So how can we get it right? If people, right, we leave their own party to a particular party because maybe they want to work for that party. I can see them saying we want to kind of work for APC 2027, want to make sure we bring people to APC and all of that. I've been looking at it, seeing the situation. It looks as if the opposition party that we have, they are now few. But nevertheless, if you ask me how I feel about it, I feel so bad. I feel so sad because it looks like we are making caricature of the whole thing, of the whole stuff. Because at the end of the day, even the people that are scarpeting today, they are still going to shift from that party to another party tomorrow. If that party, at the end of the day, finish their whole leadership position and everything, they will switch into another one that is ruling. I really do not know why I heard Evelyn saying that it's allowed in the constitution, which is true. They are not against it, but I really do not know why they allow such a thing. Because with that kind of attitude or with that kind of act, I feel like there's no one will get it right. So I know that if I commit in this particular party, I can switch to another one, right? So that nobody will want to call me, nobody will want to hold me accountable and all of that. So why do you think I will be so disciplined in anything I do? Why will I put a lot of effort, right, to be in the positive side of life? It's sad because It looks like you need to be in this party for you to win. You need to be in this party for you to be seen, which is really not a good one. I just feel, I wish that it's not happening this way. Already it's happening this way. It's not something we can change. But I just hope for the betterment of our country, our dear country, Nigeria. Because this whole situation is sad. Football round is even one that is even paining me the more. I don't know why. Maybe he had to succumb. It doesn't mean that he's not strong or he's weak, but it is what it is. Maybe if he hadn't wanting or tried to take this decision, he will not. I know that he's actually eyeing the second term, not even the 6 months suspension. He wants to come back for the second time, and maybe that is why he's doing what he's doing. By the end of the day, these politicians, they're all the same. That's the truth.
They're all the same. Yeah. Some of
They
them
are
will say anywhere belle face na front. Some of them
yes.
don't even know the reason why they are even doing this. So for some reason, some for the appointment they are expecting. So
No,
they
it's not a
feel
game of
anywhere
interest.
my
It doesn't mean that for the fact that people
Baba
are
go, I will
switching
follow.
doesn't mean that they love the president. We are going to
For
deliver for the
loyalty
president
sake.
from 2027. We are going to deliver it for the president, but they don't even love him. Doesn't mean that they love him. If he lose now, if all these all these things that they are doing, if at the end of the day, maybe they happen not to even win, we know that yes, it is now believed that they will win, or it's not looking like they must win, like they now own the country. But if peradventure they didn't win, all these people will leave this party. That's the truth. No love in this their game. Oh. There is no love there. They will definitely leave. That's the truth. You now know the true PDP members. You now know the true APC members. Because these people right now, they are not members of APC. They are just there for what they will gain.
Of
And that's the
course.
truth.
Of course. If you drop the devil and a politician, I will choose the devil because I understand the devil more. I will choose the
You know that
devil
it's
because
bad.
I know what the devil. I will
Yes.
choose the devil, and I know I can work with Satan than working with a politician, a Nigerian politician, not a foreign politician, a Nigerian politician. But I will choose to work with this devil. Now look at it critically. We are faced with the innuendos of our political climb being thrown to the winds by a few people, ignoble people who are not honorable men that tag themselves honorable. Do they understand the meaning of being called an honorable? That means your word is your bond. That means your word is fidelity. It can be trusted. That means you do what you say, you act what you say. You can be called upon by your constituents any time of the day. But these are dishonorable men in political clouds, covered in shame, but shameless. Because I cannot understand how you will come to the National Assembly under the platform of the Labour Party, then you leave. After a while, you are coerced and to say you are joining the APC to be in line with government so that you can get the attention of government to help your constituency. I mean, it's laughable when I hear them say these things. It's laughable because I expect that through governance, the essence of democracy is for us to have divergent political opinions, but be binded by the Constitution. There is no thriving political structure in anywhere in the world that does not have opposition. Opposition is that wheel of progress that turns around the trajectory of political emancipation from political slavery. Once there are no opposition, that means what we're practicing is more or less a one-party state, and it creates a state of anarchy and dictatorship. That's why you can have somebody come out and make a pronouncement like they did in Rivers State. You can have somebody come out and make pronouncements without thinking. Nigerian politicians make pronouncements first before they think. That means they talk before they think. When you're supposed to reason before you make pronouncements. They think with their heart instead of thinking with their head. They are moved and swayed by emotions, not by ideology. Emotions can lead you to self-destruction. Ideology leads you to self-emancipation. It gives you a broader opinion on how to lead the people. Our people are enslaved. Look at the political prostitutes. What are they doing about? How can they need a shame? How they all come and gather, clap their hands on your mandate we stand for 2027. People are dying in Benue State, Agatu local government. People are dying in Southern Kaduna. Accidents are happening on our highways. People are dying in Delta State through kidnapping. People are dying in Abraka, fighting, kidnapping. It's the school, that's the first state university. But Abraka is now a shadow of itself. Poor infrastructure everywhere in the states, 36 states of the federation. People are dying in Kebbi State. Devastation, natural disaster in Niger State, Mokwa precisely. Our security agencies have refused to react positively. I watched a clip when the chairman of Agatu local government was responding that the security agents said, policemen were there, that they have not been given order by the federal government to act. But if it's to kill innocent Nigerians, you don't need order to act. What a shameless country. We don't need others to act. Our actions are premised on selfish interests. Let me tell you something that happened in London. Nigeria played Jamaica a couple of days back in the Unity Cup finals. Peter Obi went to Brentford Stadium. The moment he was entering the stadium, Obi. I'm trying to tell you the kind of Nigeria we are in. It's Nigeria that is divided. I'm leading us somewhere. Just pay attention. They were shouting Obi. He got into the stands. Everybody was shouting. Both the Jamaicans fans were shouting Obi. The Nigerian fans were shouting Obi. Everybody was excited to see him. They finished the match. The players wanted to see him. One of the officials was talking on the phone, now got a call. As he got a call, yes, sir, yes, sir. He said, when Peter Bila wanted to greet the players and wanted to go to the dressing room, he was blocked. Meanwhile, prior to when he got that call, the officials wanted to greet him. They greeted him and they were saying after the match to come and address them in the dressing room. But immediately he got that call, the mood changed. He said, orders from above said, Peter Obi should not go near the players. Two of the players walked away in anger, straight into the dressing room because they wanted to embrace Obi. Now he tried reaching into the dressing room again. The man now got the man tried reaching into the dressing room again. There was this blockade. They said, order from above said he should not be allowed to meet, to interface with the players. What a country of ridicule. You see, that is what happens when mediocres rule over technocrats. This is a man that doesn't have any craving. He doesn't move with any security, but he's so loved. He wore the Unity t-shirt, Unity Cup t-shirt. He stood with the fans, everybody was snapping with him. Not that it's infallible, but because of the fact that he stands firm and he stood with the ideology that he started the movement with. A lot of people that started with him, they have all decamped to APC. A lot of people that started with him have not reached out. He went to Mokwa, he dropped 20 million. I'm not advertising him, but I'm trying to tell you the kind of Nigeria that I look forward to. A Nigeria that Evelyn and Mary can go to Borno State and be seen as Nigerians. Can go to Kebbi State, Katsina State, Adamawa State, Yobe State, and live with the people and feel integrated. In Nigeria, that a northerner can come to the south and feel truly integrated. In Nigeria, that a Christian will go to Salah in a Muslim's house today, eat, drink, hug each other, and feel integrated. That is my vision of Nigeria. While we were in the boarding house in secondary school, FGC Mina then, we had the privilege of experiencing February of that February period. That's when they do their fasting. My dear, I love that period. That was my best period in boarding house. Why? The Muslims eat very early in the morning at about 5 a.m. and they eat in the evening at about 6 to 7. We eat with them. Those of us that are close to some of them that are Muslims, very close, besides the school food that we eat in the dining hall, we join them at 5 o'clock. We have woken up with them 4 o'clock. We eat. There's abundance of food. When their parents come, we go to their houses in town, in Mina. I never knew it would get to the level where Nigeria will be so tribalized and issues trivialized by the political elites, political jobbers, whose only ambition is their self-interest, not the collective interest of the Nigerian people. Look at Delta State now, an entire structure of one time, the same people that were talking, insulting the APC, one time we're making pronouncement that this is the biggest party in the whole of Africa. And we sit down, their excuses are laughable, very kindergarten, that they are leaving the APC, the PDP, because of the crisis in the PDP. So if you as a married man or a married woman in your marriage, because there's crisis, you will stay and resolve it. You say you are leaving to marry another woman because we cannot resolve it. What a shame. Mary, I'm weeping in my heart.
It's
a sad one.
Really sad.
It's a sad one.
Yeah.
When they leave to another party, they come up to tell you the party lacks ideology. That is when they don't know that the party they are into lack ideology, so they need to leave. The one you are going to, does it have the ideology? That's what you're saying.
No political party has ideology in Nigeria.
At the end of the day, this whole thing is just for the political gain. Because if they are not gaining, you will not see them there. It's just for what they will gain. And we all know that every ruling party is more opportune to a lot of things, right? It's more opportune to gain a lot. And that is why these people want to have a share in it. It's just funny when I see some governors saying, we'll deliver for APC 2027, we'll deliver for this party 2027. I'll be like, is that even your job as a governor? That is why killings have been taking place in the state. People cannot focus on trying to better the state. You cannot focus on the insecurity that has been in the states to see how the lives of people can be secured. You are busy looking for how you can fight for somebody in the federal level for 2027. Then that means it is even the leaders itself, not the party, that lacks ideology. It is the so-called.
Thank you.
Talking about the governors, they are the ones that lack ideology. They should just shut up when they talk about political party. It is not a party. They lack the ideology, because if they don't, they will not be behaving the way they do. The reason you are leaving to another party is because you even don't know what you need to do. You don't know what you're supposed to do. You think all the money they try to even collect, they are not even using it for a better use. That is the problem. They don't even know what they do with it. Every day we wake up to hear one sad news or the other. You don't even know the one that will happen another day. Today you sound like, yes, they're celebrating, but there are people that are crying. It is not everybody that is celebrating this day. You want to tell me that people in Mokwa, they have joy? There's no joy in their heart right now. Because people have lost their lives, properties, and the lot. The tragedy that is happening there. They're coming to tell us how they are fighting for 2027 election. That is the height of stupidity. Honestly, it's really sad. You know, when we talk about the insecurity in the country, the killings, I feel like the way these governors come together to host their meeting, eat a lot, drink a lot, go on vacation, why don't they come together and talk about how they can fight this insecurity? And that is why the video that day, Adonso Shomole was talking about how insiders, right, have been one of the major reasons why this level of insecurity is ravaging all over. And even in the army sector, right, they still have those people that are still betraying themselves to these terrorists. So We have honorables representing army and all of that. Why have they not come together to talk about how they can stop this whole terrible situation in Nigeria? Why are they not doing that? I've never seen them say they come together. Maybe all the governors say they want to hold a meeting. Since we are talking about state policing and all of that, and they want to stop the insecurity in state. No, even the Borno State governor that is crying alone. He's fighting for his own state. Why is there no oneness? Why are they not coming together to talk about how they can work towards the whole situation? Now we are seeing political cross carpeting. Look at the energy they're using to cross carpet. They're not using the energy to fight for the people in their states. I thought that this whole democracy or we having leaders, I thought it's supposed to be for them fighting for the lives of people, protecting the lives of people. Are they not supposed to protect the lives of people? Why is it not really working that way? Why is it not working? Sometimes I feel like if you are being given or you are being elected as a governor of a state and that state is suffering sadly, if I had the opportunity, I would say, can we just impeach these people, bring them down, let another person come and try? It's because we leave them there for the whole lot of 4 years and they come back to say they want to come for the second tenure. 8 years, a whole lot of 8 years wasted for nothing. You put use 8 years of Nigerian time for nothing. What kind of country is this? It's not worth it at
Very
all.
unfortunate. It's the kind of country we have found ourselves.
It's not worth it.
Nigeria politics right now, as it stands, is not for the interest of the people anymore.
We are talking about
It's
how
for
unproductive
personal
we are for 8 years.
gains.
We are talking
For
about
this
third
politician,
term.
personal gains.
Can you imagine? Third term to come
They're
and do
already
what?
thinking about the next election, which is 2 years ahead, not even now. A lot of things is happening now in Nigeria that need to be tackled, but they don't care about it. That's why I'm saying this cross carpeting is just a strategy. If they don't see any vision with APC, I don't think they will be crossing over.
Exactly.
There is something there they are already planning against the upcoming election. That's the major reason.
For even a state governor like the Cross River State government to say any of his cabinet members that will not move with him should. I mean, at times when these politicians talk, are they scared? You have. Look at the way Delta State politicians move. Look at so many others. Look at the National Assembly. What are they afraid of? They know they are politicians. They know the way they steal people's mandate. They know the way they use the judicial. Look, it's only in Nigeria you see about 50% of electoral victories are won through the courts, not through the ballot, They are won through the courts because the structure, the political structure has been taken over by political infidels. The structure it can be manipulated. So it is easier for them they know what happened in Edo State, fear came in. A lot of politicians, a lot of political parties, opposition political parties started craving under the pressure of a supposedly foreseeable APC victory on all platforms. Local government, states, National Assembly, Houses of Assembly, and presidential elections. Because they have seen that the institutions have been taken over by these political gluttons who have decided to hold on to power and the paraphernalia of power, like the judiciary, the police, and other security agencies, the National Assembly. I grew up to understand that democracy is government of the people, for the people, and by the people. And that the three arms of government are the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary that are independent and autonomous from each other. Independence means they're financially independent, they're autonomous, they can make their laws and take a decision without a need for interference from either of them. That means the executive is independent, the legislature, traditionally, from my knowledge of government, the strongest arm of the three arms of government is the legislature. That is the strong, because when they make the laws, the judiciary is just to implement the laws, but the legislature make the laws, and the legislature has the capacity to impeach the president. But what is happening in the Nigeria now? The executive have taken over the structure of the judiciary and the legislature. They've turned them into puppets. They bought jeeps for them. They've approved jeeps for them. Bought jeeps for all the judges. Judges that are not supposed to be in the Supreme Court are in Supreme Court, are in courts of appeal. The judicial promotions and trajectory of hierarchy is no longer based on merit, but on political patronage. And we are, as a country, just sitting down and folding our hands. What can we do? Nigeria trains our military officers in the best military formations in the world and retire them at a very young age because they want to put their persons in positions. They retire people that taxpayers' money have been used to train at 45, at 50. People that were trained in Sandhurst, in England, trained in Pakistan, academy, military academy, the best places in the UK and the USA and in Asia. And these people never impact their knowledge. Because of political interests, our best hands are thrown away. Because our political interests, they create internal security challenges. Most of the security challenges we are facing in this country are politically motivated. We use religion and politics as a carrot to put pressure into the lives of the citizens, to make them look like zombies. They start fighting themselves. Where are the children? If I ask somebody, how do you test the loyalty of a politician, you that is his boy? To test the loyalty of your guy that is a politician, you being boy, maybe you are his boy, his Agbero, his political talk, his political ballot box carrier, a political driver, or whatever. Tell him you want to marry his daughter. If he will agree, tell her, Honorable Sir, I want to come and see you. I want to marry your daughter. And hear his response. You will know that you are only in his life to be used to fulfill his ambition. Why are our educational institutions the way they are? They can't be better than they are. Because the interests of the people that are supposed to make laws to project them better is not here. The children, how can a sitting governor pay his child's school fees with taxpayers' money up to 2029? I'm talking of Yahaya Bello of Benue State, Kogi State. And today is working free because it's in APC. The FCC, all their bragging, could not do anything. But they will chase a very dark man who is telling them the truth.
The same people are arresting Emefiele. The same people. So why can't that same energy be used for Yahaya Bello? What makes it special?
So unfortunate.
You know, what I don't understand is, why should some people be treated special from the other? But these same politicians, I will not say that maybe the reason is because they have been only in Nigeria, and we feel like our own system is different. These people travel outside the country. They go there, they love what they see there. But I don't know why we don't see any need to embrace the system. That is the truth. When they go to the London, the UK, the US, and they see how beautiful this country look like, is it the same thing that they are seeing in Nigeria? So why can't you make your own country a place where people can come in and stay? Because of one nonsense, selfish interest. Look at everybody just killing each other. They're just killing each other in the country. And they feel like no matter how it is, when it becomes that difficult, we can just run away. We can just leave. After all, most of their kids are not even in the country. You know, one thing in Nigeria is, all these things that these people are doing, it all boils down to the fact that the poor masses tends to suffer more. You see everything they are doing like this, the poor masses tends to suffer more because there are those people that cannot even make a decision for themselves. They can't really move.
Mary, please let's look at the papers. Because we can't change their mindset. Let's look at what the papers are saying.
We can't change. Do you still believe we are in the democratic system as it stands now?
No.
Because with the way they are behaving now, it feels they already know the future.
Yes.
they already know what the 2027 election is going to be like. It's like they already know about it. Like it's all settled. It's as if everything is settled already. The people does not have any say anymore. And what's the implication for this cross carpeting that they are doing? They don't even care about what the people think or how they feel, because the trust of the voters is already broken. I listened to what Oboriwo was saying the last time. He said him crossing over doesn't mean that he's not going to do what he has promised. That he will keep doing what he has promised. But it's really confusing and it's shameful at the same time for we the people. So as if we don't have a choice. Whatever they decide and want to do is what they do. The people does not have a choice. And our law is weak.
Very weak. Mary, because of want of time, please, let's run through the papers so that...
Okay, we'll go on a quick break and then we'll come back.
Let's look at the papers.
Newspaper review.
Nigeria Week London 2025. It's time to celebrate the pulse of Africa's most exciting nation. Nigeria Week London 2025 is coming to Hippodrome Theatre from July 24th to 26, 2025, showcasing the best in Nigerian arts, music, fashion, and investment opportunities. Whether you're looking to discover the future of real estate, explore Nigeria's culinary masterpieces, or get immersed in an electric Afrobeat performance, this is the event of the year. You can also join us for a film festival, cultural dance spectacles, and the recognition awards. Don't miss out on the business opportunities and cultural experiences waiting for you. Book your tickets now before they're gone on eventbrite.co.uk. Call or text +447 438 893 190 or 080 330 46768 or +447 459 071 747. Visit our website superiorradioandtelevision.com. Nigeria Week London 2025. Nigeria Week London 2025, celebrating the best of Nigeria, is partnered with Civil Society, scaling up nutrition in Nigeria.
Welcome back, viewers, from that quick break. We're still on the
Thank
show.
you.
Rise and Shine Nigeria on ART. Now we are in the newspaper review section, and we'll be starting with The Punch. The big story on The Punch, we have Salah. Tinubu promises economic rebound. Urges prayer for soldiers. And the writer says, IG moves to secure Eid prayers as governors, Atiku orders greet Muslims. Gridlock worsens. Another story is on page 2 of the Punch newspaper. Still on The Punch, we have a story here that says, Trump's new bill may slash Nigeria $21 billion remittance, on page 21 of the Punch newspaper. USSD war. Telcos oppose airtime charge for bank transfers. On page 22 of the Punch newspaper. And on the Punch, you can see still the picture of the president and the minister and also Honorable Minister of States in FCTA. Says the Honorable Minister of Federal Capital Territory, Barrister Ezemoye Sobike, and the Honorable Ministers of States, Dr. Maria Mahmood, on behalf of all residents of the FCT, welcome His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. Okay, it's still about the commissioning talk. Still on the commissioning. I don't really see. The pictures are already here on the Punch. But I think there's a story that caught my attention on the Punch, talking about telcos oppose airtime charge for bank transfers. I don't know.
It's a normal way. That's what Nigeria is a country where the poor is robbed to fund the lifestyle of the rich. It is the poor that pay for tax reforms that the elites impose on us. In fact, it's the poor that pays for most of it. It's an unfortunate country. But I really don't know. But I think reforms, a lot of reforms are necessary for this country to move forward. Look at all the Tinubu promises, economic rebound, urges prayers. God, listen, prayers. How many churches do we have in the UK? How many churches do we have in Australia? How many churches do we have in Canada? The number of churches in Canada, UK, Australia put together are not up to the number of churches in only Delta State. So it's not about prayers. Prayers don't answer. Listen, prayers don't solve problems God has given you the ability to solve. God has given us the ability for man for human. He has given us natural resources. He has given us human resources. Our problem is leadership, the wickedness of our leaders. Transparency. There's no transparency in government and in governance. There's no accountability. How can we move forward? We are saying prayers. We have been praying. See, from when I was small, I did not pray for this country. If it's about prayers,
even when we pray and God answers,
we'll scatter we'll use that to scatter the answer. We'll scatter the answer.
How is our leaders helping?
Yes, how our leaders helping
to make the prayer come true? Because God has already answered the prayer. He has already blessed the country.
Let's not deceive ourselves, Mary.
But they are, should I say, the prince of pastures here on earth that are withholding this blessing.
It's staying in Nigeria. It's not here on earth. It's staying in Nigeria.
Yeah, it's in Nigeria.
Please, let's go to the other papers, please, dear.
Okay, we have the Daily Times.
Just one more paper so that, okay.
Okay, the Daily Times, they have SAN urges federal government to settle Nnamdi Kanu other agitators' cases through arbitration. And we have a police foil highway robbery incident, gunned down suspect in Bauchi on page 10. Nigeria's security and political economy on page 5. We have Tinubu flags of Lekki Port Road, unveils northern infrastructure on page 8. Jokolo accepts Supreme Court removal as Emir of Gwandu on page 7. Students protesting Wike's presence, not arrested. OAU management on page 2. We have CDS fingers porous borders as threats to security on page 12. Still on the Daily Times, you have Salah. Cost of living insecurity threatens its spirits, coming from NLC chairman. Oh, after a long time, Joe Ajero is coming out to speak. I don't know what happened though. For a very long time, he has not been talking. I said,
it's not obviously it's a clear. Mary is not hungry. When they are full, they don't talk. But once they are hungry, they will look for an opportunity to make his political statement. I don't trust labor leaders. I don't trust them because most of them use labor unionism as a template, as a platform to project their political ambitions, and that is what we see. For the senior advocate, SAN, urging the federal government to settle Nnamdi Kanu. We all know the problem, and it's not about. We have a lot of treasonable felony cases applicable to most of our politicians, but nobody's saying anything. Kanu's case is exclusive. The government knows why they are holding him back. But I think Nigeria is really a circus, if you want to ask me, because it's a country that needs emancipation. That's why I listen to a lot of Bob Marley messages, Peter Tosh, and this most of Fela. These people sang music genre that were messages, and I think it's really going to use. Mary, I think that's the much time to let us on this program. I must plead. I'm missing Abuja. I'm sure I want to wish you a Baraka de Salah once again. I know you're going to enjoy yourself today. Your neighbors around the studio are Muslims. We don't have much of them here. You have wealthy Muslims there. So maybe you will go out to enjoy the Salah. Rise and shine. We're excited. What's your take? Just one more word. I want to say goodbye. Evelyn.
Nigeria problem, they finish. So the only thing I want to say is wish the people celebrating their Salah now happy Salah. We'll keep talking, we'll keep crying, we'll keep shouting, we'll keep screaming until they hear us out and start making Nigeria a better place that it should be.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Salah, Baraka de Salah to our Muslim faithfuls. Okay, see you tomorrow on the weekly bulletin. Bye.
Nigeria Week London 2025. It's time to celebrate the pulse of Africa's most exciting nation. Nigeria Week London 2025 is coming to Hippodrome Theatre from July 24th to 26th, 2025, showcasing the best in Nigerian arts, music, fashion, and investment opportunities. Whether you're looking to discover the future of real estate, explore Nigeria's culinary masterpieces, or get immersed in an electric Afrobeat performance, this is the event of the year. You can also join us for a film festival, cultural dance spectacles, and the recognition awards. Don't miss out on the business opportunities and cultural experiences waiting for you. Book your tickets now before they're gone on eventbrite.co.uk. Call or text +447 438 893 19